The ball-shaped chain chomp is here because Odyssey 2 month is going to continue with another game featuring a ball, and that game is electronic table soccer. Let's go ahead and take electronic table soccer. Let's pop it in my Odyssey 2 and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Electronic table soccer was published by Magnavox and carries a copyright year of 1980. In other parts of the world, it is known as electronic table football. Personally, I like to call it electronic the foosball. It was programmed by Odyssey 2 super programmer Ed Everett, who programmed about half of the Odyssey 2 library, including the Great Pickaxe Pete, which I reviewed in episode 594. I'll try to remember to put a link to that review in the description below. The back of the box says the following: this true-to-life electronic replica of a large tournament soccer table is one of the most intriguing electronic games ever designed. You need instant reflexes and swift hand-eye coordination to score against the computer or another player. Invisible electronic lightning rods give you control over individual ranks of men who do an automatic reverse flip whenever the ball changes direction. Computerized scoring rack, full sync sound action, 1 or 2 players. I'll give 3 bonus points for including the term invisible lightning rods. Electronic table soccer is a foosball style game for 1 or 2 players with 1 standard mode of difficulty. When you start the game, you move the joystick to let the system know which team will be controlled by a human. If neither joystick is touched, the computer will control both teams, playing against itself. Including the goalie, you have 3 rows of players. You control the middle row by pressing up and down on your joystick, and use the diagonals to the left or right to control your left or right row of players. When one of your players is holding the ball, you can aim in one of the 8 directions of the joystick and press the button to kick. This can be used to pass to players on the same row. To receive the ball, you need to be in control of the row that the player has who touches the ball. Otherwise, it will bounce off of them. When a team scores a goal, they will get a diagonal line on the bottom. 2 diagonal lines will make an X representing 2 goals. The first team to get 10 goals or 5 X's wins the game. Both the graphics and the sound in the game are fairly basic. Family-friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if released today. Currently at pricecharting.com, the game has a value of $3 loose, $12 complete, and $24 new. So what do I think of electronic table soccer? I like the idea, but not the controls. Using the diagonals to control rows is difficult to get used to, and sometimes there was a delay before I took over control. This led to several goals from my computer opponent when I couldn't gain control of the goalie quick enough. Sometimes just gaining control of a pass was a chore. I will say that the computer is a worthy opponent at first, but eventually I was able to find passes that he wouldn't block, leading me to victory. I could see this being more enjoyable as a 2-player game, since both players would be similarly handicapped by the controls, but overall this is one of those games that I'd recommend passing on. Get it? Passing? So where am I going to rank electronic table soccer? It's going next to another game that has a difficult to use control scheme with Blockout Breakdown, which is currently at the 9th position, but I do like Blockout Breakdown a little bit more. So of the 11 games that now ranked for the Odyssey 2, electronic table soccer is spinning away at the 10th position. Electronic table soccer has you fighting the controls as much as your opponent. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter, and click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. At this time, I'd like to thank Robert M. for nominating today's game and supporting the show on Patreon. If you get at least $1 worth of entertainment per month from these videos, please consider joining my supporters at patreon.com/nosweargamer. Not only will you help keep the show going, but you could have a chance to be part of the game nomination process. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, especially when controlling invisible lightning rods.